Hello guys there and welcome, it's Redgamer here today as my best class setup for the new weapon called Golden Knife, which is coming to Call of Duty Ghosts, or it has come to Call of Duty Ghosts, sorry. I did a best class setup because I don't think many people are going to be doing a best class setup because it's not a main weapon. Not many people know about it, I think, because it's like an update rather than an actual weapon that comes with the DLC. It did come out on the same day, although PC already had it. So I'm going to do the best class setup, guys. If you do enjoy, support me awesome, leave your likes and stuff. You can also go and check out the DLC 3 videos. I've done map guides on every single map, Awakening Intel and stuff like that. Some Extinction videos, some map guide videos, and also, like I said, multiplayer. You know, things like Departed, the character, Pharaoh, the secret care package and stuff like that. So all that stuff you guys can go check that out. That'd be absolutely awesome. But thanks guys, and let's get on with the video. So with that in mind, I'm going to start off with the actual primary, which is of course the Golden Knife, because it can't be in the secondary category. Also, you can't get a camo. And moving on to secondary then, I chose the MP443 Gratch because it was really high on damage. It wasn't the highest, but it was the high. I think it had the overall high on everything combined, like damage, range, all that stuff, and fire rate. Compared to, like the Magnum that had high damage and other ones that had high range but low damage and all that stuff. So this was the highest, I think, overall. Pretty good weapon. Not as good as the, P226 pistol, but in this case, I prefer this weapon. So I've gone with this. I put a suppressor on it because this is a stealthy class. It would not be as good as if you put a muzzle brake on it, of course, but this is because it's a stealthy class, so it's supposed to be stealthy. The gameplay we're watching is on Fog. Wasn't great. I'm going to admit to you guys, it is really difficult, this weapon, to use. Like, half the time you die a lot and people kind of can stab you first. I really, from playing a lot of multiplayer when the DLC came out, I didn't see a single person. Like, okay, when the DLC came out for 1 and 2, you saw everyone with the Ripper, you saw everyone with the Maverick. And then with this, I haven't seen a single person use the Golden Knife, and I don't think I've seen a single person use PDW. Whether it's because they, don't know about it, whether it's because they haven't leveled up enough, or whether because they just don't like it, I don't know. But the Golden Knife has to be its own class. Like, it can't be part of your class. You can't have, like, a primary and then a Golden Knife, unless you use the perk to give you 2 primaries. You can't have the Golden Knife as your one that you knife with, just by default, or, it has to be the primary, it has to be... so it's a bit annoying in that respect because you have to use it on its own. You can't, you can use another primary, but then it just means you use less perks. It's not useful. And because this secondary wasn't as had as much damage and range, because it had a suppressor on it, and because the Golden Knife is only good up close, I thought I'd add a lethal. So I added C4. You can add 2 C4, guys, if you want, by having the perk to give you more than 1 lethal. Up to you. And then for the perks, I've gone for agility, which means you've got increased movement speed, and marathon, which means unlimited sprint. That is similar to the characteristics of a maniac juggernaut in the sense that they can sprint really fast. You don't have as much health them at all. And the next one is strong arm. So basically, in this sense, I used it. There's lots of reasons to use this perk, but in this sense, I used it because you can throw, lethals further, and I really found that it really did help to throw the lethals. Because basically, it's literally like chucking them on a lazy day, like just casually on the floor. And when using strong arm perk, it's a lot better. You chuck it a lot further. Whoops, didn't mean to knock my desk. But yeah, it was really useful, and I definitely think that's a good perk to go for. And the next one then is reflex, and this is you can swap weapons and use equipment faster. So use equipment faster, obviously you pull it out faster, and then swap weapons, simple as. You're using the Golden Knife, which counts as a weapon, and switch to secondary takes time. It's less time when you use reflex, so I think it's really useful. For things when you're using snipers and then a pistol with it, all that stuff, reflex is really useful for. Next one is takedown, and this is basically a given one because, what would you expect? And I've just seen the perks. I've just seen they come in 3 categories. The speed class, the handling class, I think it's called, and the stealth class. They come in 3. But yeah, so you swap weapons faster. And next one, sorry, takedown. Yeah, like I said, it's a given. You can kill enemies without revealing their death logo or symbol, whatever. It's really useful because if someone sees it, then it's not terribly useful. But if someone sees the death logo, then they know where you are. But if they, if they don't see that, then obviously it's not going to happen. Now, in this case, they wouldn't see it anywhere. I don't think, because it's on free for all. But I'm not entirely sure they might do. I don't know how it works. But yeah, it's just useful on TDM and stuff like that mainly. And the last one is dead silence, because you obviously don't make a sound when sprinting at all. So those were the perks, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the best class setup. As you can see the gameplay here, I'm really going to admit to you, like I said, it's a really difficult weapon to use. Like, sometimes you'll go on really good sprees. I got a double guard dog kill streak, and I also got a Trinity, although I didn't get any kills with the Trinity. But with the guard dog, I got it twice, yeah, but it seems literally kind of like you do well with the kill streak, with the weapon, sorry, and then you go down, you do terribly, you get a few deaths, then you go up and then down, and then it's kind of like you've got to be really on the ball, and to get the ball rolling, you'd have to get a few kills, and then it starts to become more clear, and then it's a lot easier to use. And then after that, you'll kind of dip again. It's just the way it worked for me anyway on this map. Anyway, at least it might not always be like that. You know, if this someone who's a bit too far for your reach and you don't think the pistol's going to do it, throw the lethal. If you're near to someone really close to you think, and they're just around the corner, several times I didn't realise they were as close as they were, so I threw C4, and because they were so close, they were able to kill me, and before I was able to stop using the lethal like symbol and doing the animation and actually getting back to my knife to knife them or shoot them with my pistol. So for that reason, you've got to be really on the ball, you've got to be close, and you've got to stick around the edges of the map. I'd say if someone sees you, like someone at one point, I'm not sure if you've seen it or are going to see it in the gameplay, but someone saw me like at this rock. So I stayed behind the rock, and they threw this grenade, and I stayed behind the rock, and I didn't get hit at all. Then they went round, and I was clever, I went round the other way a bit, but then came back, and they think, okay, they're not there, and bam, out I come on fog, and knifed them, and yeah, so obviously the big perk about this game is, or knife, is that it doesn't actually take as long with the animation, because it doesn't have an animation more, it's just a swipe and you're dead, so it's a lot easier, a lot better like the other games, and yeah, so that's been the best class setup, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. You can go and check out any of the other videos on my channel if you guys like to. You can subscribe if you guys want to already, or if you haven't seen any of my videos, because yeah, a lot of people said they really enjoy them, so thank you guys so much. You can go and check out the DOC3 videos as I already said, but thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.